Hi there, we're glad you could join us. It's time for Rev KEV'S Cooking, from the good book to the cookbook. Join us for the next half hour as your host, Chef Kevin, gives you some delicious and healthy recipes that your whole family is going to love. Now, from the Rev KEV Kitchen, here's your host, Rev KEV himself, Kevin Shorey.
Yay! Welcome to Rev KEV'S Cooking! So glad that you are here today watching, and I hope that you will learn something not only from the cookbook, but from the good book today. I hope that you are going to learn. You know, our mission statement basically of Rev KEV'S Cooking is, because I'm not a professional chef nor gone to any culinary institute, but I lost over 100 pounds just changing my eating and finding new recipes just like the one I'm going to share with you today. We have replaced one kind of food that's high in starch and sugar and carbs and replaced it with something, I would say, almost better. Oh, it has this great flavor. I'm going to share with you about it here in just a bit. As a matter of fact, it has a taste like between a turnip and a cabbage, and it is healthy for you and does good like a potato, but we've replaced white potatoes. You may have already guessed what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's called a rutabaga. I don't know. Rutabaga is Italian. I don't know where it came from. I don't know much of the history. I should look at the history of the rutabaga. But I was going to save one rutabaga, but I had chopped them all up because the ones I bought, you got to watch. It was half rotten, so I had to cut it in half and then chop it up. But I've chopped it up, and if you can see here in the old trusty food cam that I have chopped up. I peeled and I chopped up the rutabaga and put it in a big bowl. And we are going to finish the rest of the story. As soon as I tell you the wonderful things about the rutabaga, in case you didn't know, it has potassium, it has your calcium, it has your magnesium, it has vitamin C, it has vitamin E. You know, I mentioned calcium. You don't have to get the calcium from cow's milk. This is my saying. I say it all the time on my other program. But on this program, I want to remind you that if you want to look like a cow, drink cow's milk, right? So cow's milk is just made to make a calf turn into a cow. You get some great calcium from broccoli or rutabaga. And rutabaga has a B vitamin called folate in it. It's very important for metabolism. So it's not only good tasting, good for you with all the vitamins, it's actually changing your metabolism. It's helping your metabolism to metabolize and break down all of your fat. I need that every day. Has selenium. It helps your brain. Selenium is really good. And, of course, it's helping control your blood sugar because you're not eating that dreaded potato. Potatoes are probably the worst. If you're diabetic especially, you want to make sure that you stay away from potatoes. If you're diabetic, you know that already. So we have replaced the potato, and we're making a mock potato salad. But this is one of my favorite, newest ones. And I will share all that stuff in just a little bit. If you want any of the recipes from the past shows, the shows in the future, or today's recipe, go to KSHOREYMIN at AOL.com. That's KShoreymin at AOL.com. And all you have to do is request it, and we will email you today's recipe. So make sure you go there. And if you appreciate the program, maybe you can throw in a comment as you send out to your email. Please do that today. You know, we start from the good book before we go to the cookbook. And John chapter 4, verse 32. Jesus says, he's talking to his disciples. He's talking to a woman that he met by a well who was feeling very guilty and shameful in her life. And Jesus knew that. And he says, I can offer you meat that no one else can prepare or make or eat. Now, you're not going to find any real meat here today because we're doing the rutabaga deal. But he's not talking about eating vegetables or being a vegetarian or a vegan. He says, I have meat that you don't know of. Jesus says, we can understand this by people being nourished, fed, and helped by a different kind of meat than what you eat. They say in our lifetime that we influence over 250 people. 250 people that you come in contact. In my life, I've come across a lot more as I travel and preach and sing all over the world. Probably I've influenced a little bit more than 250, but an average person, 250 people that you influence in your lifetime. Could the meat that Jesus is talking about be not only the everlasting life? See, he was giving this lady who had no hope, gave her hope. Maybe it's not just everlasting life, but Jesus said that we can share meat. How can we share this meat? Sharing love and doing good to others. Planting seed. Loving the unlovable. And Jesus definitely set the example of touching the untouchable. Those who are outcasts in society, those who were lepers, he touched. Nobody would touch a leper back in those, but he touched a leper and healed them. He healed a lot of times just by love. And I think in this day and age today, in where we're living in our society right now, as we tape this is 2020. And in 2020, with all the things that have been happening in our world, what the world needs now, somebody once said, is love. And Jesus knew that. He shared his love. God so loved the world that he gave his only son to show us what true love. He gave his life so we have everlasting life. That is the best meat you can eat. But can we share too? Yeah, we can share life. We can share love. And we can share with one another. And I want you to make it an effort to love someone. Be kind to someone. They have a thing they call pay it forward. Pay it forward. Love somebody today. Share kindness. Sometimes even just a smile can help people through the day. I know I've heard many, many people share how they were having the worst day, or some I've even heard were contemplating suicide, but somebody smiled at them, or somebody said, God loves you, or just even said hello to them, and it changed the atmosphere and changed their whole, put away their thought of suicide and changed their life. So maybe you don't know who you're going to touch. Of the 250 people that you influence in your lifetime, you don't know who that's going to be. So wherever you are, share life, share love. That's what Jesus did as an example, and we need to reach out as well. The best food we can serve is not only sharing Jesus and our testimony, but showing love and kindness. There's a famine right now of that kind of meat. We need to break the famine, break the fast, and hand out love and kindness. You've got to try a little kindness. One of my favorite Glenn Campbell songs. I miss Glenn Campbell. But let's make an effort to do that today. And we thank you, Jesus, that we've received love so that we can give love. I thank you for the love that you give to us. Help us to share that love as well every day in Jesus' name. Amen. And I hope that little message from the good book will help you today. He shared that in John chapter 4 and John chapter 5. Matter of fact, when it comes to food, Jesus told the disciples, I need some food. And they said, well, we'll go get some food. But he says, I must be here right now. It just kind of went over their head that he was trying to show love, that somebody was going to show up. They were going to have an encounter with somebody that they could love and show kindness to. So on the brain of the disciples was, let's go get some bologna sandwiches. And on Jesus' brain was, let me give meat that they can't really eat, but is necessary for their life. So while they're out trying to find some fried catfish, Jesus was ministering to the lady at the well. And what a great encounter that was, because then she, in turn, showed love to everybody around and transformed her whole area, where it says that the whole area from this woman that was at the well came to hear about Jesus. So you never know who you're going to reach, who you're going to touch. That's kind of why what we do here, right, at REV KEV'S Cookin', from the good book to the cookbook. So it's time to cook now. All right, so I've pre-cooked. If you want this, this is my sour cream and onion mock potato salad. Now, if you have your potato salad, you chop up your potatoes and you like to, make them like chunky and you put them in your potato salad. if you want to make this a potato salad, you can put in your, I don't know, what do you like in your potato salad? Mayonnaise, mustard. Some people mustard. I'm not that big on the mustard base, but there's bacon, pickles, relish, onions. Anything I'm missing? Anybody out in the audience? What do you like to put in your potato salad besides any of those things? Those are the main things that you put in your potato salad. Egg, that's right, boiled egg. Well, this one is eggless. This does not have the egg. This is going to be the sour cream and onion rutabaga. All right, so this, you see, I've peeled it, and that's really the hardest part of this whole recipe, is peeling those rutabagas. Those rutabagas are waxy, and I don't know why, but I'm going to look up more information on rutabagas because I've got more than one recipe with the rutabaga. They are so good. Oh, and they're good for you. Can I do this? Am I supposed to do this? I'm not, but I had to. It smells so good. All right. So, once you've peeled them, chop them up into these little chunks like this here, and then put them in boiling water, or you can steam them. That's even better. Keeps in the vitamins and all. Vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin B, it's all in there. Calcium, potassium, magnesium, selenium. All right. So you chop them up and you put it in the bowl and let it cool, just like you would your potatoes in a potato salad. So let it cool. And once it's cooled, then you get some of the cool ingredients, right? Of course, you got to have your mayo, all right? I don't know if you're a Miracle Whip or you're a mayo guy, but or girl. But I am a real mayo guy, real mayo. Take quarter cup of mayonnaise. This is about 2 rutabagas, all right? And it serves about 2 to 4 people as a side dish. And you can do more and, double it, however you want to do it. But it's a quarter cup of mayo. We got the mayo. I take a quarter cup of sour cream. Oh, this is so good. You say, oh, sour cream, mayonnaise, it's so fattening. And it's not. You actually can burn fat by eating fats. Look it up. Read Dr. Atkins. He'll tell you about that. But because I'm not a scientist, nutritionist, health, I just know what works for me. And it's healthy. When it comes to Atkins, a lot of folks, they talk about eating just meat. But no, if you just eat meat, or if you eat just vegetables. Now, I know a lot of vegetarians claim it's healthy just to eat the vegetables, but none of them really look strong to me. They all look weak and weeny. But anyway, sorry, I don't mean to offend any vegetarians. But the Atkins is not just meat. It is a lot of good vegetables for you. Doesn't that look good already? We're going to take it up a notch here with just a little bit of seasoning in the mustard. All right, this is Dijon mustard. We put that in so it gives it a little bit of a tang besides just the base of the sour cream and the mayonnaise. And oh my goodness, I think because my rutabaga, half of it, I got a little extra mayonnaise and sour cream than normal, so it looks a little extra creamy, but that can't hurt one bit. Can that hurt? I don't think that can hurt. So you just take the 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard to all that, quarter cup of that. Then it's sour cream and onion, right? So then you take your red onion. You got to have the red onion because it has that great tangy flavor, the red onion. So I'm taking all the red onions and once again mixing it in the bowl. My wife is here. I think I'm going to make her taste it. Do you want to taste it, honey? Do I have any volunteers on the tasting? All right. Now, what we're missing are the spices. They say salt and garlic. So I just mix it in together with garlic salt. And you just take your garlic salt. I'd say you put about a tablespoon of garlic salt. All right. Get a tablespoon of onion powder. Now, onion powder gives it the it's crusted at the end. But anyway, there should be onion powder. Tablespoon of onion powder. That's that sour cream and onion flavor. And it's really good. But of course, you've got the red onion. And then on the top, you got to have some black pepper. Don't you love it out of what do they call these? Mills? Peppercorn mills? Do about a tablespoon of this. Try a little kindness. Overlook. I think I've done too much. All right. So about a tablespoon of the black pepper. This is good. This is good for you. This will be a hit at any party, any lunch. This is nice and creamy and beautiful. Oh, you are going to love this. Sour cream and onion. What's that? A teaspoon? Okay. Well, I wrote down a tablespoon, so but no, too much? See, that's just about a tablespoon there. And then on top of it, then you take your scallions and you pour it on top. You getting that? Oh, yeah. You put it on top to make it, some of the red onions in there too. But you can put it on top, or you can mix that in so it's doubly oniony. It's sour cream, onion, some onion powder, sour cream and onion mock potato salad with rutabaga. I'm telling you, you can't go wrong with this. This is so good. If you don't have a problem with blood sugar and you like sour cream and onion, you can get sour cream and onion like breadcrumbs. You can get sour cream and onion potato chips and put sprinkle on top. But I just put the scallions. And I'll tell you, you know what lasts? I see how pretty that is. You know what lasts a little longer than scallions? I've been buying leeks. It's more biblical too. Do you know in the Bible that the leeks and onions that they talked about, the children of Israel, leeks are still a thing you can find in the store. It's new to me. And these long stalks, and they last a long time. When I get the scallions, or I get the little chive-like onions, they get rotten. They go rotten really quick. They start turning like within a few days. But the leeks last a long time, so it's really good. Well, now here's the moment all been waiting for. I get nervous on things like rutabaga or anything kind of vegetable because not everybody tends to like it. But I got to have a volunteer that's going to try a little kindness. You have to try a little. So my good buddy Ronnie Portwood is here all the way from Georgia, and he's sitting in the audience. So I'm just now I don't know if he's a vegetable person so much. He does pretty good. I think he does better than his wife actually. But I got a plate for you. I got a little paper plate, and I'm going to pour you a little. I'm going to make oh, didn't scoot like I wanted. All right, so I'm going to make just a little bit. Put a little bit of these onions on top. Do you like onions? Yeah. Okay, he likes onions. Okay, so we get the onions on top. We got a little bit of, it really looks ugly, but all right. A little fork. Well, you got to come on up, and then don't break your neck on the camera there. But there's a little bit of the sour cream and onion mock potato salad. This is my buddy Ronnie Portwood. All right, now you can tell the truth now. You know, whether you like get a small, but yeah, get a lot of that onion and a little bit of that cream in there. And well, now do you like potato salad normally?
You got more of that?
Yeah, see, he said, do you have more of that? Yes.
That's good.
It's good? All right, good.
Wow.
Yeah, wow even. I got a wow from him. Oh, I want some of that myself. We'll share some with the studio audience. We got extra plates and all. But, yeah, all right. All right. Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you for, now he would tell me, he's been a friend for over 30 years. He would tell me whether it was any good or not. So thank you so much. So that is today's recipe, sour cream and onion mock potato salad. You peel the rutabaga, once again, so people, because everybody says, well, I want to get the recipe, you went too fast, so I want to slow down. Peel the rutabaga, chop it into pieces, put it in the bowl, let it cool for a little bit after you've boiled it, cut into chunks or squares, then mix in quarter cup of diced red onion, quarter cup of sour cream, quarter cup of mayonnaise, 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard, season with a tablespoon of onion powder, garlic salt, and black pepper. Mix it all up real good. If you don't like a lot of pepper, my wife says, you know, just do a teaspoon. I'm so rebellious. Mix it up all real good. Sprinkle it with chives or scallions or leeks on top, and it should serve 2 to 4. If you want any of the recipes, make sure that you go to KSHOREYMIN at AOL.com. That's KShorymin at AOL.com, and you can get this recipe and any of the ones that you've seen on Rev KEV'S Cookin'. Do me a favor, too. Would you share this with other people. I believe that we share good devotion as well as good recipes that will help you. And also, push the share button if you're on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, share it somehow or get the word out. But also do me this favor. When it comes to these recipes, I want to make it clear that when you start in a low carb, you can try to categorize it, low carb, keto, Atkins, however you want to phrase it. When you start on this diet, you cannot mix your diets. You cannot have sugary stuff and this. It just turns into more fat. If you decide to do this, you got to go all the way, and you can't mix and match, and you cannot change. So make sure that you, yes? Is this for you or the studio audience?
Me.
Yes. Okay, he's going to share more. All right. Is that good? All right. Man, it smells so good. I'm about to dig into some myself. But make sure that if you start this kind of a lifestyle, that you go all the way with that lifestyle, because you could really mess up your heart, your blood sugar, blood pressure. You could mess up a lot of stuff if you say, well, I like that idea, so I'm going to have all that fat, and then I'm going to have my apple pie or my, cherry cobbler. You can't mix and match. So make sure, I hope I make it clear that the way I lost weight and the way I'm going to continue to lose weight, as you can see, I still need to lose some, as I continue to, is not mix and matching, but staying with low carb all the way. And I've given you a lot of good recipes, and there's more to come. Next week we've got some more, and you never know who's going to show up in the kitchen. We might have more people, more special guests come, and maybe singers, songwriters, maybe some chefs. We have a lineup that is coming. We have some of those singers and songwriters that are coming on the program. We have, look forward, it's coming out, I don't know if it's this week or the next on KEV'S Cookin', we are going to have a baker. She bakes low-carb keto desserts. She's going to show us some of the ways to make some good desserts. There's some good stuff out there. You can make all kinds of, and I want you to do this. Would you email me today? This is another thing I want to take care of. Excuse me. Make sure that you send me a note if you have one of your favorite high sugar, not really good for you family recipe, or say one's already says, how do you do chicken fried steak and gravy and mashed potatoes? Well, I can show you a way to eat it and still taste good. Taste good, is good, and good for you. Send in one of your desserts, and I will, because what I did was like potato salad. I said, I love potato salad with my hot dogs, I got to have potato salad. This is how we found it. I miss pancakes. I want pancakes. A couple weeks ago we did pancakes. I miss Chinese food. I want some from fried rice. I gotta have rice. We found a way to do that. So what you need to do, go to Kevin Shorey or kshorymin@aol.com and let me know one of your favorite fattening, fried, sugary foods, whatever it is, that you say, I still want to eat, but I can't eat anymore. Send it today, would you? And we're going to fix it for you so you can still have the same goodness that you like all the time. Anyway, that's all I got today. I wanted to thank everybody. I don't get to thank, because we don't have rolling credits and everything, but I want to thank my wife for help keeping time and helping do the camera. And then our producer is Justin Crowley, right? Yes, Justin Crowley. He is our producer, and I wish I could get a camera to him to show you what he's doing over there, but he's producing, he's directing, and between Justin and Cindy and everybody, and I want to thank Stonebridge Books and Gifts for allowing us to do our program right here in Ashland City, Tennessee, at 116 North Main Street. Come on down if you will. And what? Her cookbooks are actually on sale. So she has so many good items here. What's that? New and used, all on sale, all the cookbooks. Well, I'm going to be coming up with some more recipes for you. And go ahead and hit the theme song, and we'll take her out here early. We'll see you next week on KEV'S Cookin'. Take it away, Larry!
This brings to a close this edition of Rev KEV'S Cookin', from the good book to the cookbook. Join us again next time when Chef Kevin will once again put on his apron and bring you delicious and healthy recipes that your whole family is going to enjoy. If you'd like to contact us, you can call us at 844-47-KEVIN. That number once again is 844-475-3846. Or you can write us at Kevin Shorey Ministries, P.O. Box 222, Pleasant View, Tennessee 37146. Our email address is kshorymen@aol.com. Join us again next time when we present another edition of Rev KEV'S Cookin', from the good book to the cookbook. And remember, Jesus is the answer for this world today. Rev KEV Cookin', from the good book to the cookbook, is part of the outreach ministry of Kevin Shorey Ministries, Inc., all rights reserved.